Final page. Got a flash mob. 4 people know. And we're going to share with 3 people who don't know. So there are 2 different ways to think about this, and depending on your teacher, make sure you get clarification on this if you have a question like this on the test. So every day, 3 times as many people will know. So after the first day, 12. After the second day, 36. Then 108. Blah 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 blah. If we want 5 days, I'm going to slap that on 5th power. Give that real quick 972. 972 people. And that's how I would take it on this pre-AP test. Day 5, you're going to tell 3 people on the first day. That's 12. 3 people the next day. 36. 3 people the next day. 108. 3 people the next day. 324. Whatever. Anyway, continuing on. This one, in your own words, 2 methods of determining. You've got a couple of options. I would talk about the vertical line test. Vertical line test, where you've got a function, looks like this. You've got a graph, looks kind of like that, and you say something about dropping a vertical line. You want to make sure you articulate this with math language. But you drop a line down. If it hits more than once on any given x value, it's not a function because you have multiple choices for that y value in that function. So I would talk about 2 methods. Vertical line test, and then each x has exactly 1 y. Now it does not matter what that y is, but every time you choose x equal 2, and this is more from a table, every time you choose x equal 2, you need a 5 for that y. Now it doesn't matter if 3 also is 5 and 4 has 5. Every time you pick 3, y is 5. Every time you pick 4, y is 5. If I repeat a number, as long as I get that same y value, it's okay. But if I have a 2 with a 7, now I've got an option. I can put that 2 with the 5. I can put that 2 with the 7. No good. No good. All right? So these are the 2 things I would talk about here. Discrete and continuous. Discrete is when you have individual items. Example, you are selling cupcakes. You're going to sell, a whole number of cupcakes. So if this is your number of cupcakes, and we have our dollars over here, it's not going to be a line because you can't sell an 1/8 of a cupcake or a 64th of a cupcake. You have to sell 1 cupcake at a time. So as you sell cupcakes, it goes up. They are not connected. For continuous, they are connected. As an example, if I have time and distance and you're driving in a car, you can drive for 1 minute or 1.5 minutes or 1.75 minutes or 1.62943 minutes. It doesn't matter. All of those little bitty pieces are possible, so you can connect the dots. Individual items, discrete. Anytime you've got something that's moving or things that can be cut up into as small as you can measure pieces, you're going to have a continuous function. We've got a custom situation. We've got Timmy, of course. This will be time. This will be distance. So we've got, Timmy goes to school. Timmy is going to school. All right? He spots a bear. And then he decides to run from the bear. So we've got Timmy. He's walking along. This is distance from home. Walking along, walking along. Oh, what's that? Is that bear? Run home. All right? There you go. Something like that. These 2 types of problems, remember if we have f of 3, all right, and let's just say it's f of x is equal to x plus 1. If I put that number in here, that's saying I want you to replace x with 3. All right, you are replacing x and finding the function value. Or y. You call that y back in the day. In function notation, it's the function value. You also have things that look like this. F of x is equal to 6. This means you are finding x, replacing the function value, or y. the paper? I am. So this one would set up 6 is equal to x plus 1, and you would find x. The key here, they don't have x. The first words of these are going to be find x. If I'm asking you to find x, I'm not going to give you an x value. So make sure we know those two. Write out your own example of a function in everyday life. Driving to school is a function. So I drive to school every day. You know, I start off at home, and at no time am I at 2 distances away from the school. Every time value, you know, sometimes it can be the same distance, like maybe I stop at a traffic light, so I'm still at, 2 miles away from the school, but at 2 minutes, I'm only 1 distance away from the school. At 5 minutes, I'm only 1 distance away from the school. There's not a choice of distances. I can't be in 2 places at once. Something that's not a function. All right? Let's think about this. Man, this is a really good one. This is a good question. Let's say I've got hair length and height. So kids in my class, I can have a kid that's 6 feet tall and has inch-long hair. I can also have a kid that's 6 feet tall and has 4-inch long hair. I could have a kid that's 5'6" with 2-inch hair. I can have a kid that's 5'6" and has foot-long hair. So on this one, just because it's the idea that someone of the same height could have different hair length makes it not a function. The height does not give you a specific, a one-time hair length like the time and distance graph would. So something like that. You could do really anything with that one. That's the first one that I thought of. Anyway, good luck on the test. Hope it goes well. Come in the morning if you need any additional assistance.